Welcome back to some more Build 42 adventures with Chuck Miller. We are here for episode number 2. This is day number 3. Man, that is making quite a mess. But here we are. Another little hint of all the new changes. Something extra that is in Build 42. Now, it is... Wow, this is actually really tiring him out, which is fair enough, I suppose. And let's get rid of this corpse now. Chuck woke up at 5:30 this morning in a bit of a panic, and then it kind of occurred to you that maybe that might actually be because there's a dead corpse about 5 feet where he's trying to sleep. I don't know if that's... Oh my god, that's so scary. I don't know if that is a coincidence or if that is, yeah, just another great example of Indie Stone's attention to detail. Okay, let's just leave that corpse there. Wow. Is absolutely exhausted after that, which I suppose is consistent. So before he goes on any further adventures, he needs to have a little bit of a break. And that is also another little new thing, the player voice. Now that Chuck is really exhausted, he needs a real serious lie down. Also needs a bit of a wash. Look at the state of him. Okay, well, Chuck has had a nice wash. You'd think he'd start to cheer up a little bit, but he's still... Well, I don't know how to describe that noise really. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We're going to sit down and rest whilst we're reading Electrical Volume 1. Okay, well, it has been one quiet morning. Chuck has been sitting down reading. And let's just put this, he's read about half of the book. Let's just place it on top of the bookcase as a reminder that there's 1 to read. It is lightly raining outside. So let's just go and experience a little bit of weather in Build 42. We're going to continue to search through Echo Creek. We made a lot of progress in the first few days, killed a lot of zombies. Now, talking about fighting and killing a lot of zombies, I have to run down there every time so I can't see if there's a zombie. There's been a few patch notes released, a few patches done on this unstable branch of Build 42, and there's quite a lot because there was a lot of depth to this game. There is a lot to this game, but couple of things that stood out for me. They've already reduced the effect of the muscle strain for fighting. They've reduced that by 60%. And also when you were doing an action, it wouldn't allow you to open a door, and they've now patched that out or repaired it, whatever, because I guess that wasn't intentional. But we've gone east, we've gone a little bit south, let's go west. Still yet to see a single animal. Okay, well, could this be Chuck's first proper serious test? We got a group of about 5 or 6 zombies. Okay, so again, you see you got those negative noodles. Now Chuck is feeling a little bit uncomfortable as well as a bit panicked. So again, don't really know how feeling a little bit uncomfortable affects his fighting ability, if at all. But yeah, that took a lot of swings. Okay, there's always another zombie. This long blunt weapon, forget what it's called, seems to be lasting forever. And this is a problem with unstable branches in Project Zomboid. Everything's under development, everything needs tweaking maybe, so you kind of don't know what is intentional or what is an accident. There we go, I've got minor pain already. Let's try and push them down and rely on that stomp. Yeah, this zombie is not going down. Okay. Well, they said they nerfed it by 60%, but there is that annoying minor muscle strain. I mean, yeah, it is realistic, I guess. Chuck's just plowed his way through 5 or 6 zombies in an hour. That is a lot of swinging a big, heavy metal bar. Now, perhaps if Chuck starts using something a little bit smaller, let's go with the meat cleaver, something a little bit less heavy. They look weird. Let's put them on. Does that mean that he's... I mean, logically, you'd think that he doesn't get as much muscle strain. So We'll go with a smaller, lighter meat cleaver, but he's minor pain, bad smell. I mean, I guess, yeah, he's covered in blood. You can, yeah, he's going to be smelly. Let's go inside a couple of these trailers, check a few locations, see what we can find loot-wise. It also gives Chuck the opportunity to rest. Beer, it's tempting. We got to try and eat healthily. Chuck's already putting on a lot of weight. Man, is he drowsy already? I mean, he did wake up at 5 o'clock this morning and drag a heavy zombie corpse down a flight of stairs. Ooh, the Island of Dr. Moreau. Awesome. We got another brochure. That's the Sunstar Motel. Is that going to be the one in Muldra? No. Oh, it is. Central Muldra. I like how the different brochures, catalogues, pamphlets, all the sorts of different things, how they all give you varying sort of levels of boredom relief. That is a nice little attention to detail there. Okay, well, Chuck is conscious that he needs a rest, but I think what he's actually going to do is he's going to remove the propane tank from this barbecue and take it back to base and maybe just have a little bit of a mid-afternoon nap. It's Hector Lopez's barbecue. Well, you know what? We're back at base, possibly the best location in Echo Creek. It's an amazing location. I was going to give Chuck a couple of hours of sleep and then get back to it. But you know what? I think we're just going to remove this corpse, which is going to take a lot of effort. But I think it would be good for his mental health if he doesn't have blooded dead zombies lying around. Just, yeah, right there. And then I'm going to finish reading the rest of Electrical, Level 1, and then just give Chuck an early night, and then he'll be fresh and raring to go tomorrow. Okay, well, for the second night in a row, Chuck has woken up far earlier than the alarm. He's only slept for about 4 or 5 hours. He is alarmed, nervous, and jumpy. I don't know how exactly we would deal with those moodles. Is it the same as before? We just maybe down a beer or read a good book? But it is going to potentially really slow Chuck's progress down. I think what we might do is, before we head out, we'll sit down, there we are, just actually sit and read, an autobiography about a golfer, I guess. Okay, so that's gone some way to reduce Chuck's agitation. Definitely heard something nearby. Yeah, there's a zombie or two nearby. Well, we need to keep this area clear. We're going to go with the short blade. We just can't see what's at the bottom of the stairs. Yeah, there's a zombie. Oh no. Oh my god, I thought we'd run straight into them. Well, yeah, so we're going to go with short blunt. Something that's not as heavy a weapon. It's going to be interesting to see if that helps with that muscle strain problem. Wow, look at this. There's a basement here. We didn't even know it. Wow, this base just got even more of an upgrade. Wow. What a great workshop or something like that this would be. Incredible. Look at this. This is amazing. I love this edition of basements. And what wasn't clear from updates and things is just how many updates, man, that is dark. Let's turn the light on. How many basements there would be added to the world. Okay, so got some really interesting extra bits here. And I just feel like a complete noob to this game now, because there's just so much more content and features and things to explore. And at this point, I've got just no idea. I've got little information, but look at all these items. Got hand drills, respirator filters. Is that going to help you make a gas mask? That would make sense. We got a wooden rod. Here we've got medium handle, welding torch. Excellent. It's just, I don't know whether we want to do all sort of works and crafting down here or up in the garage, but there's also a long handle over here. Now I'm guessing that we would use those to make, was there anything useful in there? To make weapons or tools. That's a propane tank. just when I'd dragged that propane tank all the way back from the traders. Let's just make sure this area is clear. This is quite an incredible location. It just gets better and better. Okay, so I'm actually going to swap out this, what is it called? Keep forgetting what it's called. Everything is different. This iron bar, which is really heavy, and I'm going to replace it with a lighter lead pipe. But another thing I noticed with regards to the weapons is there is a description now that tells you just how damaged or worn out it is. This one is nearly done, so it's worn. This same for this hammer. What was the other thing that we had? Let's have a look. Yeah, so the meat cleaver, it says it's dull. So I don't know if that means it's worn out, but because it's a blade, the blade is dull. I don't know, but it gives you a little bit of an indication, a reminder of how worn out that weapon is without having to sort of hover over it and look at the tooltip. I thought we might get our first rats down here, but apparently not. Yeah, now I came out in this back area to go into the garage to drop off some of the gear. Now I've decided, let's just shut that door. I've decided that one of the priorities is to find the light switch. Blimey, that's terrifying. One of the priorities is to find a vehicle, get a vehicle on the road, and then we can really start exploring. So what we need for that is an empty gas can. Thank you very much. And we need to drop off some of this gear really. Let's drop off the wrench. We'll drop off the iron bar and the car battery charger. And we're probably going to need the hose. Let's just get rid of that, I think, actually. Probably going to need, yeah, this rubber hose. I'm just guessing. I'm assuming we're going to need that to siphon gas. Okay, so that is the whole of Echo Creek, and I think that is pretty much the edge of town to the west and the edge of town to the east. You can see this is where Chuck is. This is his beautiful base. All the residential is there. That's where we're going to find vehicles. That's where hopefully we're going to find gas, and then we can go back to this Ranger vehicle, get some gas in. We got a key, unless we find a better vehicle. But let's go exploring. Let's get some loot. Let's fight some zombies, and let's hopefully find a little bit of gas so we can get on the road, really start exploring. Okay, I looked off into the distance, and there is a van just to the south here, and I'm kind of hoping that maybe if we go somewhere even more rural than the gas station and the houses than the trailer park, that we might finally see our first animals. Okay, well there's the van that we saw off in the distance. We've got a gas can and a rubber hose, but there wasn't an option to siphon any gas, but we're going to have to check out the vehicle mechanics just to make sure that van is actually empty of gas rather than they're just not doing it right. The thing is, everything is new, everything is different. Okay, so let's check it out. Is it going to have any gas? Oh, I'm going to spend absolutely ages. No, doesn't have any gas. Okay, well I hope that when we do find a vehicle and there is gas to be siphoned, it is simple as kind of how it used to be, where you just press the relevant button when you're nearby and you'd have the option to siphon the gas. It's going to be interesting. Okay, next location. Man, it does seem quiet, doesn't it? Okay, we're in. Just waiting for that point when there's an actual house alarm, and it's going to be interesting to see how that goes down. Let's search through, see if we find any useful gear. Okay, we've got an extra bit of armor. We've got a leather coat. Let's wear it. It's a long one. Yeah, it looks the same. I thought it might look a little bit different, but yeah, it looks the same, and that is interesting. That shouldn't be right. Chuck can see through walls. Look at that, we can see what's going on. Now, if there was a zombie in there, would we be able to see them from here? But yeah, you should not be able to see through walls. So we've seen quite a few. That's the main sort of buggy bits we've seen so far. What you should or shouldn't be able to see through. Yes. Ooh, wow. This zombie was absolutely packing. But already overweight though. It's just, yeah, so much loot. I kind of feel like we've got to grab all of this though and get it back to base. But let's just finish searching the rest of the house before we move on. Let's just check the kitchen for any food. Let's, again, continue to eat healthily. There's actually quite a bit of food in here. And Chuck doesn't have a great deal. Ooh, look at this. This is new. Jar of radishes and an eggplant. Let's just take all of that. Man, we really need to find a bag. We really do. And that was the exit then. A measuring tape. Ooh, another basement. I did not expect there to be so many basements. It's a good thing. Wow, this is beautiful. Look at this. Wow, you can have, there's just so many more options now to build the kind of the base of your dreams, really. Look at this. This is incredible. Cocktail mixer. You can mix cocktails. So I'm just seeing that. That might be, I mean, you can really take your time in this game and just get so involved. Man, let's get all this back to base. But what a lovely basement. This, I'm loving this. This is incredible. Again, I don't know how to manage this Moodle at breaking point. I don't know why it's coming up. Is it because Chuck is absolutely covered in blood? Or is it because, yeah, it's just a flipping zombie apocalypse and fighting zombies is scary. But we can't just chill around at base all day. Let's go and do some more adventure. Remember, we're looking for gas so we can get a vehicle on the road. Okay, so Chuck is back amongst the residential neighborhood just to the south. Those negative moodles are stacking up. He is at breaking point. He's feeling a little uncomfortable. He's also a little bit sad, but for the moment, we're just going to ignore them and press on. This is the rural area, so yeah, there are zombies, but there aren't big hordes wandering around, so hopefully Chuck's got this. Okay, well, this is a bit of a challenge. There are 4 zombies. As I said, we're going with the meat cleaver, and that took a lot of hits. So we don't maybe get such big, significant muscle strain early on. We're going with a lighter weapon that we can get more swings out of. And it takes some getting used to looking over at the moodles and not instantly knowing what they are and what they mean and what the impacts are. Just kind of learning everything anew. It is quite a challenge. But man, it is taking a lot of hits to take down these zombies. But fortunately, wow, that weapon did not last long. Fortunately, is that stuck in the zombie? I was about to say, fortunately, Chuck's got this. How's he going to get on with a lead pipe? Now that actually looks more like a metal bar and not a lead pipe. Ooh, what was that noise? That was a crazy noise. Okay, let's disassemble. And you'll notice, just look at this, just how long it takes to disassemble one item. It takes, I'd say, 2 or 3 times as long. I mean, yeah, that is probably more realistic. Yeah, now that is interesting. The meat cleaver is broken, but rather than just being a thing that's broken, it's been broken into its sort of constituent parts. So the blade is in the zombie, and we've got a small broken handle. So if we pick that up, does it give us an option to repair it? No, it doesn't. I got a feeling I'm sure you can repair it, but you probably need certain tools and all that sort of stuff. We still haven't even looked at the building and crafting menus. Must do that soon, but for now, let's see if we can find some gas. Ah, gas 66. This is actually a beautiful vehicle. Let's see if we can actually, can we take this one? This is a really good option. Have we found a vehicle? No. Yes, okay, so we can siphon gas. Let's see if we can get in. I mean, I suppose let's just siphon the gas. Let's just see what that looks like. Do we need the hose? Did we? Yeah, we do. Look, we do need the rubber hose, but it automatically equips it. And yeah, that is heavy. Wow. That is a big difference. That gas has got encumbrance. Well, okay, that's a bug. It's got an encumbrance of 11.6. But it's not been added to Chuck's weight, which for us is fortunate. Well, the priority was gas. We got gas. So let's head straight on over to the Ranger truck right on the other side of town. Get it gassed up and get it on the road. Of course, there is always another zombie. There we go. Okay, let's just actually, let's have a look. Let's check Chuck's progress. Oh, that was hard to say. So he started at 80 kilograms. He put on 3 kilograms in no time at all, eating chips and all sorts of junk food. So we've arrested that now by eating a little bit more healthily. 82 is the weight. 3 days, 8 hours he survived. Zombies killed 71. Let's have a very quick look at the skills. Man, that is a long list, isn't it? That is going to take some getting used to. Almost there with long blunt, but we're now with the short blunt, which we got the 75% boost for. Carpentry, only 300 XP to get to level 3. That's different, isn't it? And we've read the electrical books. We've got the same, 3 multiplier. But this is something we're going to have to look into at some point. Animal care, butchering, agriculture. I presume there's going to be skill books for those. Absolutely almost nothing in sneaking. It's not too bad. Okay, well, it has been a long walk, but we're right at the house with the ranger truck. But of course, as always, there's a couple of zombies, and that swing is getting slow. It really does force you to take things a little bit slower. You can't just run around Rambo style, taking out dozens and dozens and dozens of zombies every day right from the beginning. Yeah, Chuck is really starting to feel the pace. He's not really done much extraordinary, but yeah, he is nervous, he's weepy, he's at breaking point, he's unpleasantly hot, a little uncomfortable, bad smell. I guess this is just a normal human reaction to being absolutely covered in blood. But here we are. This is the prize. We got a car, we got a key for it, we got a battery that works. Let's add the gas. Chuck's on the road. I've just realized something. Oh my god. Chuck's base. It's a gas station. The power is still on. I could have just siphoned some gas from the gas pump right outside base. I'm just not used to the water and power being on from the start. I don't usually play with things sort of that easy, if that makes sense. Oh, nice. Okay, well, let's just take out this zombie. We don't want to leave any zombies in the area at all if we can help it. Well, now we've got a vehicle. It is time for a little bit of a tour of the whole of Echo Creek, see what other points of interest we can find. Okay, we're going to go east first. I suspect that just up ahead is pretty much the edge of town, but there's only one way to find out. This is as far as Chuck has been. Looky, looky. Yeah. Hens. Wow. I never thought I'd be so excited to see a chicken. But there we are. Wow, it just does feel like you're just playing a different game, doesn't it? Wow. Get prepared to watch me try and figure out exactly what to do with chickens for the next 10 minutes, because I've got absolutely no idea what we're supposed to do. But at the moment, there's a little bit more of a clear and present danger. I'm not enjoying the amount of mood shaking that is going on right now. But I think Chuck's got this. Just a couple more to go. It is taking a lot of hits. I don't know how you can possibly survive in somewhere like Louisville. There'll be zombies everywhere. Well, goodbye, Hillary. Do they have a better run speed modifier? There's not much in it, is there? I think it looks less. Let's wear the work boots instead of the Western boots. There's another zombie somewhere. Here we go. More fighting to be done. Okay, well, that took a lot of hits. And it's interesting that the uncomfortable Moodle is gone. I don't know if that is connected with Chuck removing his welder's mask. Right, let's turn off the engine. Let's investigate this little farmstead. Wow, would you look at that? That is quite... Oh, well, there's actually... Isn't that always the way? You finally find a real prize. And yeah, there's just a lot of zombies. Spoiling the fun. Look at that. That is a lot of chickens. It's going to be interesting trying to get to grips with that. Poor old Chuck is miserable And he's quite tired, so you know what? He's minor pain. He's at breaking point. He needs a break from this constant fighting. He's going to go back to base. He's going to sleep. Maybe read a book, have something nice to eat. And then we're going to come back here first thing in the morning and investigate those chickens. Okay, we're back at base. Chuck does not sound very happy. That was quite a forlorn sigh. He's very tired. He's miserable and he's at breaking point. Now, I'm just wondering, these weapons, they are absolutely covered in blood. So will it help if we actually just set them down for the night? What else have we got? We've got just those two weapons. Yeah, I mean, it's logical that just sleeping whilst holding or cuddling up to an absolutely covered in blood weapon, maybe that is affecting his sleeping ability. One thing I wanted to try before it is late, but one thing I wanted to try is to make some burgers. So let's see if we can blunder our way through that. We've got the beef, we've got the hamburger buns. So let's have a look. So we can open the pack of buns and create a burger. So we've got to cook the burger first. And also we've got, which we found recently, I don't know, what would be good in a burger? I've got to say, not broccoli or eggplants. Do we open? I don't know. Do we need to open those to cook them? I don't know. Everything is just different. I've got a feeling that cooking is going to be absolutely crazy complicated. Well, let's just... I mean, can we just chuck that in the oven? Ooh, new sound. I hope this isn't where we now just suddenly set the house on fire. Okay, didn't burn our hands. This is the thing, you don't know what's going to happen now. I mean, arguably you'd think you'd need some oven gloves to be able to do that, or at least the dish towel. So I wonder if they would add that. That would be a nasty surprise if you burn your hands really badly by just taking something out of the oven without any oven gloves. That would make sense. Okay, well, it took, I don't know, a long time. But that is the ground beef cooked. So we got some cooked beef, some cooked radishes. Let's have a look. Yes, look at that. Okay, so let's add the ground beef. And where's it gone? There it is, the beef burger. It is beautiful. Let's add some radishes. They don't add much. Should we make a double stacker? Why not? Nice. And let's add a little bit more radishes. Wow, I mean, that is enough food to keep Chuck going for a couple of days. He's used a quarter of the beef. I've still got 3 burger buns. How much do they weigh? That weighs a lot. That is heavy. Everything has to be rethought, reconsidered. We can't put the jar lid back on. Okay, let's just put that in there. Well, let's just see. Will this make Chuck a little bit better? I mean, a good old American beef burger. Maybe not with radishes, but you know, that's all he's got right now. Okay, let's get him to sleep, and then first thing in the morning, we're going back up to that farmstead and see what we can do with those chickens. Okay, well, Chuck did not wake up alarmed, and I don't know, is it as simple as he put down the weapon? And that's why? Did get maybe his best night's sleep for so far, but yeah. What is the point of going on? I mean, yeah, exactly. It's a good question. I guess before we head to the farmstead, we need to take some downtime. This poor Chuck is at absolute breaking point, so I think he's got a book somewhere to read. Okay, well, Chuck has read The Murder of Gwen Stahl, and that is actually had quite a good impact. Now he's just weepy, yeah, and agitated. Should we read that magazine? Yeah, let's read TV Monthly. You know, I've already read Double Bogey, and you can see it doesn't give any more boredom, as he can't just keep reading that. Let's just read this quickly. Okay, it's helped. It's helped, but yeah, Chuck's going to need to be a well-read individual. Otherwise, he's just going to go absolutely insane. Let's grab the weapons. Maybe we should actually wash these as they are absolutely covered in zombie blood and gore and brains. Maybe that will help his mood a little bit as well. And I guess we should give Chuck a morning wash as well. That is one thing that has changed. The wash-in is a little bit quicker as well, which is a good thing. Okay, well, let's go. Let's jump in the Ranger truck. Let's get to that farmstead to the east, clear the area of zombies, and see how we can get on with chickens. I never thought I'd say that in a Project Zomboid episode. Okay, well, here we are. That is a big farm. Where is the entrance? There are a lot of zombies. Not quite sure if to stop here, drive on up to the well, keep going until we find an entrance. And of course, there's a lot more zombies here. Ooh, now this is a very, very interesting place. Let's have a quick drive around. Wow, that is... We've got some sort of, yeah, chicken farm. We got a chicken farm. We got a lot. Wow. Just when you think you found the perfect base, something like this comes into view. This is massive. Imagine the amount of time and effort and oversight you'd have to put into maintaining this place. Man, there are a lot of zombies. All I wanted to do was say hi to some chickens. Well, that is a lot of zombies. I think that's going to be way beyond Chuck's capabilities at this early stage in his bids for survival. There's a lot of gear here, though, a lot of infrastructure, but also, yeah, a lot of zombies. Wow. That might be some, I mean, it might be, I'm just tempted. I kind of really want to find out what it is like there. I think we're going to have to leave it. Let's go down this here just to continue checking it out. I don't know. Let's get out. Let's get out. Let's see how we do at fighting. Chuck is definitely not in the mood for it. But he did really want to hug some chickens today. We'll stay close to the vehicle and let the zombies come to us. Okay, but it's taken 4, 5, 6 hits as to take down one zombie. That is a lot of work. I'm starting to get a little bit twitchy. I doubt Chuck is going to have the energy for this. Probably start going to get muscle strain very soon. But at the moment he is holding his ground. Could definitely do with finding some sort of doctor's office maybe back in town. I haven't really properly explored Echo Creek yet. I have to take things really slowly. Now, one thing I haven't really actually noticed before is the different noises of the zombies as you take them out. As sometimes they sound like some sort of fizzing can, which, yeah, that sounds pretty grim. Well, those negative noodles, we've got nearly a full collection now. Yeah, well, Chuck is definitely starting to feel the pace. See, we've got one more, 2 more. I think this is, yeah, this is definitely the time to split. I mean, he took out a good dozen to his credit, but there's way more still to do. I think this is going to have to be an adventure for another time. Finally, we found where all the zombies were. They're in that farmstead, but that is an amazing place. I kind of, we want to get into there, don't we? We want to, I mean, thinking about moving base already, I got a feeling that is going to be something that happens almost every single episode. But talking about episodes, that is going to have to be the end for today's. Chuck's done more exploration, he's found more gear, he's done a little bit of cooking, he's dragged some zombies around, which was exhausting. He's got a vehicle, he's making progress, but look again, he is at breaking point. He needs to take things slow. Man, it is tough. It is slow going in this new Project Zomboid world, but I hope you guys are enjoying. I really want to carry on. This is just so much fun. I hope you guys will join me for the next episode, but for now, that is all. Peace.